The Promised Land by Nicolas Arcel is a Western film. It is a amazingly sort of densely populated and acted film because it feels, watching this movie is like absorbing a 500-page historical novel in 2 hours. It has so much going on. This is the second collaboration between the director and Mads Mikkelsen, who I'm a huge fan of. I've seen most of his work. And this one he plays Captain Ludwig Kallen, a stoic man of no noble heritage. He spent 25 years in the military to become captain and wants permission to tame the Jutland Heath, which is basically a vast wilderness that's part of Denmark but has not been tamed. No settlers. It's 2/3 of the country and it's just sitting there because of the brutal winters, the barren soil. A lot of people have spent money or were funded by others to try to tame it, and they haven't been able to do so because it's just a really lost cause. However, they allow him to do it on his own money, so he has only about $100 to his name, and he has a couple of connections. There's a guy in town who likes to drink, and there's a local pastor, a young man. However, he sets up with two runaway farmers. There's Johannes and Barbara, and those two end up becoming main characters of sorts, and a little girl too who belongs to like the roving bandits. So this movie is like so many things. It's one part egalitarian struggle. It's about ambition, a little bit of romance. There's class warfare. There's so much going on. There's an adoptive found family. You'd think a movie of this caliber would have too many things going on, but it doesn't. It manages to have a really dense pace, and it just sort of keeps you going along. Either scenes are really tightly plotted. Either you get character development in short 20 seconds, or you get plot details going forward. They don't dwell on things, they don't linger on things, but it doesn't feel rushed. And the movie, you know, with a less talented writer and director, it probably would have been a longer movie, but this movie manages to fit all of this equally well-paced. The movie gave me anxiety in a good way because you're really not sure what's going on. Every time Kallen gets a little bit of an edge, something holds him back. The movie just has these rich themes of man versus nature. Mads Mikkelsen gives a wonderful, masterful performance. He's like really tough and stoic, and there are just little moments of tenderness in there with the other characters that sort of chip away at his hard exterior. And of course, you've got the wonderful villain. Oh man, the actor who plays Frederick de Schingel, he is just so despicable, and not to the point of cartoonishness, but just the way he is. He's someone you've never said no to. So he kind of feels like, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, and no one can stop me. You know, and the movie definitely builds that the king isn't there all the time. You know, can't be everywhere at once. So when things are sort of hidden from him, or he doesn't know or care, it can be a cruel world. The very brutal nature of the film, from the weather to the bandits to the plotting. There's a lot of escalation of confrontation between de Schingel and Kallen, and it sort of culminates into, you know, just pure violence. It's a brutal Western, but it's also got so many more things going on for it. I don't give out this rating often, but I give The Promised Land a perfect 10.